Boom. Whoops. Hello. Always Dizzy here. I'm going to start with puzzle streak of 39 before I play any games. Yesterday, it was an absolute disaster. It took me over 2 hours to hit it. I didn't give up. I finally got it after like 2 hours and 15 minutes. I'm feeling tired today, so we'll see how I do. But yeah, I'm feeling pretty sleepy already. Yeah, so I'm about a minute and a half in here, and let's get started. So I think this wins his queen. Is that good enough? Ooh. What about king h6? All right, I take the rook, I guess, at the very least. We're in check. So I could take the queen and then take his bishop. I mean, I have to take the queen. And then am I taking the bishop? This is the puzzle? I do not like that one. I'm threatening to take on f2 here. And I think we do that right away. We have a bit of a material advantage. Not anything significant, like completely winning. I mean, it's completely winning, but it's not overwhelmingly winning. So I presume we push, because why wouldn't we? And if he plays d6, I just keep pushing, and it's going to be, should be too slow for him. I think I can take and then play d3. Although I wonder about d3 right away. No, I think I can take first. Okay, well, keyword was think. Why think? I should know. Where was I here? What was the first? He's got a million moves here. I guess this is only equal. Okay, to be fair, this was a little tricky because I do queen, but having the bishop is not going to be enough. So I had to evaluate. Like, I just assumed this was winning, but it's not. So that was, yeah, that was tricky. Okay, I have to start over. Yeah, that one was a little tricky. Okay, this one is also, this is very tricky. Because if I drive his king far enough away, I would need to get access to one of these two squares after. And I don't know if I can do that. If he goes after it and then take. I mean, he's there already. So if we get it, whoops. So if I go king f6, king e8. I mean, I doubt that this would work. But it actually does. Yeah, and we have to go here, and we don't go after his pawn right away, because then his king is one square closer. If we start with king f6, our next move can be, we can then deviate to grab the pawns. So I think this is the point. I actually forgot that I have to take his other pawn, though. So that won't help. I forgot I need to take both pawns. Okay, so king f6, king e8. Oh my god. Why is this confusing to me? It shouldn't have been confusing. I don't know. I don't know why that was confusing to me. Take. Check. Check. Takes. Check. Wins his rook. That'll put us up a little bit of material. Up the exchange, I think. We have a fork. And if he takes, we just take. And if he retreats, yeah, it should just be pushing. I was skeptical. Or suspicious, not skeptical. Okay, let's start with a check. He has weak dark squares. If he goes here, he's getting mated. Or maybe not, but he's going to lose the bishop. His queen is active, but that should be winning. So he has to move to the back rank. And this is the only square that defends the thing, and then it's just mate. So yeah, so it's going to be this, and we just take the bishop. I mean, it really has to be enough. His queen looks trapped, and I think it is. We are black. So if we start with the check, and then h5 should be mate. We have a check here. Is that good enough? Yeah, that's good enough. And I think we take that rook. Checkmate, not quite. He has one square on e8. So king e8. And then maybe just take his rook. I don't know if that's enough. It is, because after check, he could move the king again, but then I don't know. Then it's mate here. So he has to take, and then we have queen f7, and then it's getting mated here. Oh, wait, he's got a knight there. So knight h7, king e8, take on f6, gf. Yeah, I was going to go knight c6 here, but... Oh, no, I was going to go check. And then I was going to go here, but I can't. But then it's mate here. It's going to finish with queen f8. Yeah, queen f8 is the finish. Very nicely calculated, if I may say so myself. So I think e3. If he takes, we recapture. He brings in the knight. Check. That seems to be a problem. So e3, bishop e3, king e3. No, I somehow miscalculated that. Knight b4. Yeah, because he's not stopping us. Why did I think he was? I don't know why I thought he was, but he's not. Yeah, so we can push. There's this check. Actually, probably want to go here then. Yeah, okay. So we could take on c5. If he gives us a fork, I think I just take the queen. And I should be winning the exchange there. Okay, so now what? Probably I take on f8. Yeah, we take on f8. We don't trade here because after because after he recaptures, yeah, so we have to take here immediately and recapture there on d1. So we have queen g6, king h8, and I think I might be able to sack the queen here. Actually, then it's just mate here on g7. It's a mate in 2. Okay, so e3. I think e3, we're winning a piece. Because we have the Zwischenzug. If he takes the queen, we have the Zwischenzug. It's got to be e3, yeah. We are white. Let's look at this check. He has one legal move. And then it's going to be mate. So let's play it with some confidence. Actually, did I already forget a move here? I think I was looking at the check, but no, we just go straight rook h1. Okay, we are black. We have a fork here, and that looks to be pretty good, so we shall play it. We are black, though this one's interesting. So let's say we start with the king, because then the knight is neutered. The knight cannot move, so he brings in his king. We simply attack it, and yeah, I think it's as simple as that. We have a check here, very simple. Hello, Master of the Mystic Arts. Now this one is not so easy. I need my my knight. So I'm looking to bring it in. I don't know how though. Maybe to D2 just to blockade, but this is definitely tricky. I feel like there will be no recognizable pattern in such a position. Sorry, I hate dirty glasses. Okay, losing focus here. Literally losing focus. I don't know. I mean, if I bring the knight in via e5, he might just have d2. It seems a little too slow for me. I can go knight d2, but I don't know what my plan is. Let's just say he does nothing. And then I give a check. Like, I don't know what I'm doing here. I have no clue what I'm doing there. I could, if I take on c5, he pushes. I guess technically then I could take. So am I just happy to take on c5? But what if I had a free move? Like, what am I doing there? Check. It's not so straightforward. I guess if I had a free move, then I'm threatening mate. I guess that's the point. And then, okay, I'm going to take on c5. Oh, I hate that puzzle. That was crap. That was crap. Okay, so anyways, we have a check on e5 and then a mate on g8. So I think it's just a mate and 2. We have a fork on d5 here. So I think I just jettison it off on b6 and then I have d5. So takes d5. I don't see counterplay because even if he attacks my bishop, I attack his knight and then I'm hitting his bishop again. Now if he goes knight takes d5, I can just go knight takes d5. So this should be good here. Okay, we have a check. No, do we take first? We take first. Yeah, we take first on c5 and then bishop c5 and then this wins a piece. So his bishop is en prise, as the French would say. So, move orders. Move orders. So, I think we have to take on g2 first, because if I take on b2, he hits on h3 and my queen has to recapture because it's under attack. Then he can, wait a second. No, we're good there. Oh, there's a fork here on f6. So we have to be careful because if we take on g2, he can take on g7. And then I have to recapture because there's a fork. I have to recapture and then he can take here. So we do have to take on b2 first. Yeah. And then we take here. Okay, we are white. Moving up the board, so king g6. If he gives us another check, is king f7 any type of threat? Let's just say he plays b3. Actually, there's something else that's interesting. No, yeah, so he goes here. Yeah, so if I go king f7, b3, and we give a little check, king h7, that's really the end to that. I think, I'm not sure, because rook b8 might be good, actually, because we're hiding behind this pawn. That should be winning. Yeah, I think we're going here. We use this as shelter. Except this allows rook g7. I take an f6, and I feel he's out of bounds here. But yeah, I feel like I want to go here. I don't think I want to take. Just doesn't feel right. Although it might be winning. Oh God, it's hard to tell. Because this, yeah, taking on f6, maybe it is winning. Because what is he going to do? If b3, we have rook b5. And if he gives us a check, we can just come in here. And, you know, his rook can't really support his pawn. Even if it does somehow, I can always take it and then push a pawn. So I actually think I do take it. I wasn't going to. I was going to play king f7, but I'm going to take it. Okay, yeah, they tried to throw in a red herring there. So we have this fork, but he's up. Our opponent is up, so it's just a mate in one. So it's just, no, it's not a mate in one. Oh wait, I have another fork. Oh my God, it's a mate. It is a mate in one. Oh, there's so many tempting moves, but it's just knight f4. Too many tempting moves. Okay, so we are black. If it was our, so I think white's in zugzwang, because if it was our move, we're picking up. Actually, that's not true. Therefore, if we play a5, we're going to pick up c5. And it would be equal material at that point. So it's still kind of tricky, but then where's he going? He's again in zugzwang. So if a5, king d4, and I take on f5, king c3, I actually have a reserved tempi of b6. So I think it is a5 here, and we shall take, and then climb in here. Okay, so I could take, and then rook d8, and then c6. That should be good enough. Bing, bang, boom. Bing, bang. I'll just do it. It's pretty straightforward. Okay. So we could push. If he takes our queen, we get another one. No, it's taking the rook. It's taking the rook. He has to recapture, and then we play d2. And he can't do anything about it. Okay. Here. Two threats, mate and winning the rook. So queen g4. Just verifying now. I think he'll go queen f6, but we just take the rook. He can't stop both threats. He doesn't have any counterplay. So, yeah. Okay, we want h7. So maybe queen h4. If he plays h5, then I have a discovery on his queen. So I think it's queen h4. Let's just verify now. Should work. Yeah, and then we go queen h5. Or knight h5, I mean. And last one. So I'm thinking king f4. Wow, I'm making great time, I gotta say. Really making up for yesterday. But yeah, king f4. So let's say he goes king f7. Then I think I might have h5. If he pushes, well, my king has gotten active with the opposition. And where was I here? Yeah, king, and yeah, after h5, if he takes, I recapture. That one is not so simple. Because then he has king e6 again. And I don't know if I can triangulate there, although I think, yeah, I don't think I can. So I don't know about that. What about g5? If he takes, then I take. Oh, no, that's definitely nothing. No, you would think it's king f4, king f7, h5. Then, oh yeah, sorry, takes, I'm coming in here. So this was interesting. So if I go king f4, king e7, h5, gh, and then king f7. No, I'm still doing that. Yeah, that works. So it's going to be h5 here. And then we take. Oh no, yeah, sorry. This is what I was worried about. So it might actually be king f5 here. Potentially. I don't know. No, I'm not catching. Am I catching that? No, I'm not. So I kind of messed this up. Because if I take on h5, king e6. Oh, no. I'm fine there. Then I have king g4. Okay. I missed king g4. Okay, so we can take and then take on c8. So that should be pretty straightforward. We don't take the, well, obviously we don't take the knight. I think it's just check and then rook takes c8. So right now we're down a minor piece. He is threatening bishop f3. That is a concern. Okay, so let's look at the check to start. King h8. And let's say rook c8, bishop takes f3. I should always be fine there because I might be able to even just go queen f3, or else take on d8 and he takes the bishop. I mean, he takes my queen, and then I have check takes. I should be up material there, although I am down a minor piece right now, so that's what's a little tricky. But yeah, I think it's bishop. Yeah, I think it's bishop e6. If he blocks with the rook, it doesn't really make any sense because I'm just going to take on c8, and then he can't even take here because I take it. So bishop e6, king h8, rook c8. If he takes on f3, then again I might have queen f3, and if takes, I'm up at queen. Yeah, that should be working. Okay. Oh, and I'm done. Now. 40. So get one wrong now on purpose. And that took me 29 minutes. 29 minutes. Not great. Actually, I thought it was faster than that, but better than the over 2 hours it took me yesterday. Okay. So it is time for rapid. Brand new account. A total of 3 whopping games on Lead Chess. Awesome. Another fake account. How about a real person, please? Okay, there we go. A real person. A real human being. Okay. The, what's it called? Hopton attack. I'm trying to remember theory. G3? Okay, he's playing quickly. So now what? I don't know what to do now. C5? This is weird because his bishop is on D3. So those two things don't add up. You know? Although maybe he had queen f3 or something, but okay, so we have G6. Actually, it's already defended, so yeah, so where do we want a castle? And do I want a castle? What about knight a6 and then come in here later? Like, if I had a rook on c8, can I go knight b4? Take check. He gets knight c3. He's actually fine there. So the answer is no, I can't do that. So we'll put the knight on c6. Maybe I'll go into e5. It's called the Hopton attack from white. So my knight will hop into e5. Now, I'm not sure about that. By the way, the knight e6 didn't make sense because I can still go here via the knight c6 square anyways. Yeah. But as I say, even if I had a rook on c8, okay. Yeah, even if I had a rook on c8 and I played this, it doesn't seem to work. Yeah, so I have knight e5. He can just move the bishop anywhere. And my knight is not poorly placed here, so it's playable. But don't know if I want to do that. And again, where do we want a castle? If this knight was not here and I played rook c8, knight b4, check. Yeah, it's a little bit better now because his knight can't go to c3. So yeah, maybe let's go rook c8. And especially if he castles, then this file has some more. Okay, I really don't think he's going to castle queenside now. He weakened his light squares a little bit. Just a little bit. Can I go d4? Some big moves here. If he takes, knight takes. Yeah, it's not enough, but it's almost something. What about bishop takes? Bishop d4. And he recaptures. And then I can take here. Ooh, it's starting to look good. I don't think it's enough, but it's close. I don't know what to do. Maybe I'll castle. I think you're not really supposed to castle kingside as black in this line, but I want my other rook to participate. There comes the other knight. I think he's preparing to castle kingside as well. I could offer this. Okay, this would force a trade. But I think he will ignore it. Well, I don't know. Do I want this? I like my knight. This is a lovely knight. But I'm getting low on the clock, so I hate to part with it, to be honest. Because this knight had potential. But, yeah, let's trade. Okay. So I could take on d3. And I'm going to do that because that's his good bishop. Oh my God, was that his good bishop. So we grab that one. And 2 bishops against 2 knights. That's not too bad. He's preparing to castle. Yeah, what do we do now, though? If I had a rook here, can I play d4? Takes. And then check. Like, potentially. Yeah, maybe we'll put a rook here. This it's always hard to know which rook. He had another knight, too, which is a pain. I don't know. Maybe he wants to put it on d4, but yeah, let's get all these lined up. If he does decide to castle, then I don't know. Whoa, that's a weird. Why there? That can't be safe. I can almost take on a3 already. Very close to being able to play that. So maybe I go queen a4. That couldn't have been a good decision for him. He might go king b1, and then I'll figure it out there. But okay, I just realized that I'm dropping this, but how big of a problem is that, really? Because his king is so weak. I might be able to just take on a3, take check. Yeah, maybe he comes here. It's possible he's surviving there, but I don't know if it's worth this. I'm going to play queen a4. I don't know if it's worth him winning a pawn. I don't think it should be. And I might just take on f5. Yeah, he's greedy. I might just take on f5 and then take on a3. But I also kind of like this bishop. There is a fork here that we have to pay attention to. Okay, so let's say bishop a3. And I don't see what he's doing apart from taking it. And then I can take here and then check. And that just has to be good. Now, what if he defends? Because this is my opportunity to take that knight out. So what if he goes back with knight d4? Then check. Yeah, so maybe I should take here first and then take on a3. I'm going to do that. Oh, but then he can take here. So if we go here first, bishop a3, there's this check, which is annoying. Okay, whatever. I'm getting a bit low on the clock, but it's a bit frustrating because actually if he recaptures first, then maybe I take with the queen. Because then I'm hitting c3. I have rook c3. So take, but then he has king c2. Yeah, and I looked at this before, and then my queen can actually get into some trouble. But I have another rook, so I can sack it once. Look at that. So takes, check, king c2, rook takes c3, queen c3, and then there's rook c8. Now, and not to mention, if he goes here, then I have bishop f5. So I think we're good here. Oh yeah, so this is the move that I didn't like. But we are up a pawn, so maybe, I mean, I could just retreat. No, I can take here still, and then rook c8 again. So I think I have rook c3. Look at the combos. Now, if he makes a run for it, I'm taking his queen. Yeah, so I think he has to recapture, And then I go rook c8. And then he can take. I'll have a bishop and a queen. Oh, I'm down so much material there. I'll just have... do I have a rook as well? Do I have a rook as well? Boom, 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 boom. No, I'm only going to have a queen and a bishop against 2 rooks and 2 knights. I'm actually down material there. Check. That actually is not enough for me, believe it or not. That's really hard to believe. Okay, so what about here? I think I'm going to retreat. Which is dumb because this is so close to just winning. Okay, we'll go. Oh, it's so lame because rook c3 looks so close to winning. But we would have, if my calculations are correct, we would have had a queen and a bishop versus 2. So again, this is almost a thing. Oh God, it's so close to being good. Because then I have this check. Okay, I don't have time now to play it out. Ah. Oh. Dropped a freaking pawn. Man. It sucks. You know what took all my time? I had so many... Hello Cats play chess very well. I had so many combinations that were so close to winning, but I always found a move for white, so I couldn't play any of them. And that just burnt so many... I hate it when that happens. There's nothing you can do about it. He's got to go here. This is coming. I had better chances with not giving him... Well, maybe not. Whoops. Didn't mean to do that. It wasn't a mouse slip, but I didn't mean to drop the pawn. This is scary. This is dangerous if I push that. Okay, let's take the risk. Okay, push her. You can go there. Yeah, he can do that. Can he? And then I'm just gonna flag this. I shouldn't. Well, I had no choice there. I shouldn't have done that. I got 4 seconds. Whoops, wrong side. I just had no time. Oh, I had a draw there too. Okay, I'm not even going to analyze that game because that was just playing too slow, right? I was completely winning the whole game. Oh, always happens. If only I had. I only need 1 second increment, but okay, this guy's not here. Oh, what's going on? Oh, I accidentally joined 2 games at once. So cancel that one. Come back to here. That's a first. But yeah, it just sucks, you know. I'd feel better if he was outplaying me, but it's just getting, you know, just need like half a second more. Literally, that one I needed 1/10 of a second more. That was a draw. Okay. Okay. Here we go. Dragon time. Yes. I'm trying to remember this line. King B1, you can't really go wrong with. There might be G5 as well. I have a feeling it's King B1, but G5 looks too interesting. Then again, I don't really want to trade bishops here. I probably should have just played King B1. I mean, if I know that King B1 is fine, why not play it? So I could play H4. Rook C1, and this is going to happen. See, this is the problem, because then he can sack that. Yeah, I think this is still like some theory, but this is really dangerous because Rook C3 is coming. Now, can I avoid that? Yeah, but then he can take on A3 or A2. Is it too late for King B1? Maybe not. Okay, maybe it's not too late. So Rook C8, because I think I might have Knight D5 now. So Knight D5. Queen. Yeah. Okay. Okay, not too bad. So if he pushes, do we have Knight D5? I think so. I think we're okay there. Okay, so let's go h4. Queen a5, is that a thing? I don't think so. Yeah, so just knight d5. There could be, yeah, queen e5 still have to keep an eye on because he's close to doing things here. And I'll take on d5. And I think we want to go bishop b5 to stop. Or that doesn't, yeah, does it stop it? I think it stops it, right? Because he pushes, I take, I mean, I'm not 100% sure because there could be tricks, you know? But I have a feeling I think I'm going to do it. Let's do it. Yeah, so if a4, I take on b4, and then if rook b8, I feel I should be okay there, but it's a little scary. So I could go on c6 here, kind of a tempo move. Could also pin him, but I'm thinking here, could also do this, and if he takes on e5, then we have a discovery, and that's pretty nice. A lot of good options here for white. If I go to a4, he might go knight a6. And so that might be something. If I attack his rook, where is he going? He could go to rook c8. Or could he? Because then I have bishop b7. And he just attacks it. So, yeah, so if I go to a4, I don't really like knight a6 so much. Yeah, I might do this. Okay, we're going to go knight a4. I don't think he can take here because we have taking on g7. Although, does he have knight c? No, then I can come back and take it. So, yeah, if he takes here, then we take on g7. So knight a6 is my only concern. Because I don't really want him coming in here, but maybe it's... No, yeah, I don't really like that. I guess I have bishop c6, but no, he's nicely placed. Okay. So... he blinked. Do I have h5? If he takes on g5, I mean, that can't be good. We're going h5. Oh, I see why he did it. He wants to take on... Okay, I might have went a little bit too quick there. But this is still good. I mean, this still should be good. But that's why he played it. He wanted to... Okay, he just dropped his queen. Because he was x-raying this. He just forgot. Okay. So I think I was always fine there. I think white was always better, but it's still scary. Playing against the dragon is always scary. Okay, let's take a look at that with the engine. Doesn't really need self-analysis because it was pretty straightforward. And looks like I made a couple of little mistakes. So after bishop e6, you can play a lot of things. g5 is actually not ideal, apparently, because of knight h5. White is still fine here, but it's just not optimal. Not really sure why exactly. I mean, it's fine, but maybe we're left with kind of a slightly bad bishop. I don't know. I mean, white is slightly better there, so it's hard to hate g5. But it's recommending, yeah, king b1, which is kind of what I thought. Now, there's actually no theory here. I thought there might be some theory, but... Or maybe just not in the master's database. So h4 was fine here. King b1, knight d5. Those are the top choices. If we go knight d5, we might be threatening b6 in some cases. And if he takes, now he has a terrible bishop, and we have dark square control. Okay, I'll take a look at that more by myself. And then here, it didn't really like bishop b5. It wants to attack immediately. I did kind of forget about that I had an attack going here. I guess I could have just kept on with my attack. I could have ignored his. His is, he does have a bit of an attack, but I guess mine is stronger here, and we have this h file to play with. So I did kind of forget about my attack. And then here, it doesn't, it's saying that this is not, oh wait, what does it want? So it wants black to take, and then e5. Okay. Oh, yeah. I think I saw something like this before, and it's surprising that black is actually not too bad here. Okay. So main thing about that I picked up is that, well, I forgot that I had an attack going. I could have played h4 earlier. But I played pretty well, but yeah. I didn't have to play the bishop move. Okay, we have an opponent from Thailand, which is not not a very popular chess country. Got the Ruy Lopez on board. Ooh, okay. The delayed, yeah. So in this line, I don't like to take on e5, but it is playable. I think I want to go c3, and so if he takes on e5 or an e4, what do I do there? d4. I forget. Yeah, I forget this line. Maybe I will just go rook e1. I think c3 is optimal. But I'm just, if I'm wrong. Okay, so let's say c3, knight e4, d4. Oh yeah, his king's in the middle there. If he moves the bishop, I can take on e5. And if he recaptures, this should be fine. This should be fine. Yeah, so let's play it more ambitiously, yeah. And then am I winning a pawn here? No. Not quite. Okay, so again, I have rook e1 or have d4. I'm leaning towards d4. If b5, well, I don't know, but that seems fine for us. And if he takes, yeah, this has to be good, d4 here. If he takes, I think I'm going to go e5. But cd is probably just as good. I think it transposes. But yeah, let's go e5 here. This is a common type of Ruy Lopez position that I get. And especially over the board in tournaments, I get this a lot. And well, maybe not a lot, but pretty frequently compared to other openings. And it's pretty good for white. I think this is like +1. Yeah, and I think we just take on d4 here. Actually, I might have missed a tactic. Yeah, this knight I think is lost. And it's like queen c2 or something. Yeah, this knight is a goner. I have to remember how to do it, though. This knight is trapped. Now, how do we do it? Is it rook e1? I got it. There's one particular way to win it. So let's say queen c2. Let's say queen c2. So he has d5 and f5, right? That's the only thing I can see. So let's say he goes d5. At the very least there I can win a pawn because I have bishop c3. But I think I can still just, oh no, maybe not. I do think this is gone though. I think this is gone. That's what, I just can't remember how to take it. Queen c2, d5. Maybe I have time to play f3 because his knight can't move anywhere. Do I have time to play f3? Like, can I play like knight g5? Well, I guess I can't play knight g5. Could I play knight e1? No, because he can take here. How do I win this? Queen c2, d5. Maybe I just win a pawn. Maybe I'm just happy with a pawn. It feels wrong though. No matter how I attack it, he's got d5. Period. So maybe I'm just winning a pawn there. If f5, yeah, I don't know. I thought we could trap it. I always forget though. Maybe it's not trappable here. Okay, so what if I play d5 and then attack this? Then he can't play d5 anymore, but he could still play f5. But that's interesting. I guess he could trade on f2. But I don't mind that so much. Oh, he also has knight c5. No, he doesn't. I can take here. Okay, let's try this. I don't think it's right, but I burned a lot of time there. I'm really curious to look at that with the engine after. Really curious about that one. So his knight still... Yeah, no, it can hide now. It can hide. And it can take on f2 if it has to. Okay, so maybe d6. Or queen c2. And then d6. Okay, no, I don't have time to dilly-dally anymore. So let's just go d6. If knight c6. No, he takes. And I think I want to recapture. Okay. So knight c6 now. Maybe bishop g5. No. Okay, knight c3. Okay, let's just develop at this point. So knight c3. I'm so curious to look that up, that opening, that position. Oh, what do you guys think was the best move? Okay, we'll bring it down. So equal material, but I don't know how long I can hang on to this pawn. He wants to get this bishop into the game. What if I offer this trade? Maybe not ideal. I can get a knight here. I don't know how great that is. Doesn't seem so great. What about this? I'm not sure about this, but it's a move. Let's just make a move, and then so he goes to e6. But that gives me e4, which isn't much. It isn't much. Although, how about we come in here now? Is it any different? What's the difference there? There is no difference. The cake is a lie. Okay, let's go here. I'm wasting so much time. But just to challenge his bishop if he goes to b7. And we'll put this here. I want the rook to maybe get in here. If he goes bishop e7, I'm 100% taking. That's a no-brainer. And then I want rook c1. Maybe a4, but then b4 is a little weak. So yeah, not a4. I'll go rook c1. We are 100% taking that. And yeah, let's just make a move here before we flag. He's got a strong bishop. I could put a knight here, not so great. Okay, let's just make a move. h4, h5. Yeah, I'm going to do it. If he takes here, I have knight f6. So if king g7, maybe h5. His knight doesn't have many places to go. In fact, I could almost take... What? Yeah, we're pushing there. Where can he go? He's got this, but these are pretty weak knights. What? I think he loses a pawn there. So we're going to win the f pawn. Very low on the clock, though. As always, wouldn't have it any other way. No, I would have it another way, but I'm used to it. Yeah, I'm so curious about the opening. I mean, I burned all my time trying to capture that knight, that his knight that was on e4. I'm really curious to see because I think there was a way to win it. I just couldn't find it. So I might be threatening bishop f6 here because I always have a check to get out of there. So that should be a real threat. So it's actually equal material, but his king is in more danger than mine is. And I have a monster bishop. Yeah, I can still do this. I also have a check if I need to. Okay, we'll go here. It's a little risky, but I always have this bailout. Fuck me! Oh, sorry for the swearing there, but totally missed that. Okay, yeah, time pressure. I'm curious though what the best move was in that position. It's funny though. Hey, I'm always just completely crushing. No, not always, but I'm usually just completely crushing. But then I just get too low in the clock and then lose. It's like all my games. It's it's a young man's game. So the opening, there must have been a way to no, I guess not. It's plus 1.5. But d5 was actually the best move. I spent 4 minutes on it. I spent 4 minutes on here. So at least I played the best move. But yeah, I thought this would be trapped. I thought we could trap it. Okay, at least I found the best move. And then I spent another minute on the reply. So it's suggesting bishop c2 here. d6 was good too, but looks like bishop c2 was slightly better. And then I just had no time from here on out. There's no point looking at anything there. So I'll play another one and try to play quicker. Actually, that one wasn't really, I mean, yes, I was low on the clock, but it was all about trying to remember that opening. So that was 2 silly losses in a row where my opponents played really poorly, but I just ran out of time. I think we can go c4 here. And then they go knight b6. And I think we can actually do this. I know this is kind of overextending, but going off of my memory, I think this is actually the best move. And then I don't remember what to do after knight d5. Maybe bishop c4. Could really be anything. Let's go bishop c4. I wish my opponents played stronger though. When I'm losing on the clock, because it's kind of annoying. Does that make any sense? Like I'd rather be getting be losing on the board than winning on the board when I'm just running out of time. Yeah, so I've never had this position before. That's why I'm kind of a little slow here. I don't really know what to think of it yet. It's kind of weird, kind of unusual. What do we want to do? Thinking like maybe bishop f4, bishop e3, and trade this off is, I mean, the usual fare. Maybe bishop g5 actually is kind of funny. I'm playing this for sure. This is a type of move that I never consider, But sometimes, like if your opponent plays this against you, at first your initial reaction is that it's terrible. But if you think about it, see, we created a weakness. It's actually a really good move, or at least it feels like it. Yeah, I quite like this. I could go to h4, but I think I'm going to stay on this diagonal. He'll play king h7. Yeah. This is tempting because that really weakens his. Maybe I will come in here. Because if I stay on this diagonal, he's just going to play king h7, and he's fine. So, okay, now that's kind of a good move. I think I need to take, or I could attack this, or I could go like queen c2. Or maybe queen a. Could I go queen a4? He's got knight a5. Yeah. Okay, so maybe queen c2, king h7. So he'll go there anyways. Then maybe rook e1. We're keeping some pressure. Let's try that. Let's go queen. So we'll get off of this file. And king h7, I think I'm going to go rook e1. And then he can't even play g5 anymore. I really like that bishop g5 move. Like, I'm very... Okay, that is interesting. I might have to go bishop d3 now. Yeah. He killed my pawns. He killed me pawns. Oh, I might have rook e1. That's getting a little messy. I don't think I want to do that. Yeah, we'll go to d3. So he could take on c5. I don't think I want this. That's not going to be enough. No. So, yeah, this wasn't perfect for me. He's gained a bit of an advantage. So I think he should have taken here, though, last move. Although that, I guess, maybe that's good, too. Yeah, this guy's going to beat me. I'm going to lose all my games today. I think I'm going to let him take here. So maybe rook a e1. Let's do that, rook a e1. If he takes on f3, I think I might have his wish and zug. Maybe not. I don't know how to calculate that. Queen d5. No, well, he protects it. Now this starts to become almost playable. Because my knight can go into e5 almost, but not quite. Not quite. Okay, let's take here. So he may take on f3. No, he's still holding off on that. Well, now I have knight e5. And I think that has to be played. I still love that bishop g5 move, though. Like, that was that was just such the perfect move in that position. Bishop g5. I gotta keep an eye out for that in the future. We'll see what the engine says about it, but I liked it. So can I take on f7? I get 2 pawns and a rook. But then I also get e7, I think, right? Like bing, bang, boom, check. King somewhere. I take the rook. Or if his king is still on f8, though. No, I still would get that pawn. And So that would be 3 pawns and a rook for 2 minors. I would have to go for that. But those are 2 good minors. It's still kind of a close... I'd be trading these 2 beautiful pieces for a rook and 3 pawns. But they are pawns around his king. I think I would go for it. Okay, well, we take with the rook. I could take with the pawn, but no, I think we're taking with the rook here. Stick to the plan. And, well, he avoided my little knight sack. Now bishop g6 is a serious threat. So king h7 maybe, or king g7. I guess does that work? I guess it does. Rook fe1. Let's just play that. It's threatening here again. He can't play e6 because I'll take on g6. So maybe f6, but then I have rook e6. Possibly even bishop g6 there. Okay, so I have a check, which does nothing. Can I take? Ooh, boy. I might have to take there. His king has to be... Okay, I'm taking. So this is not my style, but we have to recognize that he's got a rook in the corner, a knight on the other side of the board. His bishop is good, but these two, this rook and the knight, are completely out. Okay, I totally missed this, unfortunately, but okay, I missed this fork, but I have his Zug. Okay, so is that the best I have? It's good enough for me. So we will play it. He's threatening mate and my bishop. I think I have bishop e4. No, I don't. So I just dropped a piece. That sucks. I have a check. And then what? That's very unfortunate. That's very unfortunate because I doubt he planned this. Oh my God, I might have f4. No, I don't. He can just take it. Never mind. No, I don't. The bishop e4 might be the best I can do. Give a piece back. Because his bishop is pretty strong, so I'll play it. So queen g4, and then I'll take on b7, I think. I don't think this check does anything. It's highly doubtful. No. Yeah, this is just unfortunate because, again, it's not. I don't think he planned for this. It just kind of fell into his lap. I think I was completely winning there. Still have some chances. Maybe a rook left. Might even do that immediately. Yeah, let's just do that. His king is exposed, so maybe king h... Or you can't do that, so king h8. Actually, I could have taken this last move. I don't know if I should have, though. And I think he might have blundered here. Because then I have this. So I think he blundered here. So check. And this is just a simple puzzle. And I'll have a rook against... I'll have a queen against a rook and a knight. Yeah, so this should just be a simple tactic. And this is why you do puzzles. We have to watch out for back rank. You know what's funny is that he can't actually take this. So I don't know if I should push a pawn. Yeah, let's go. No, that would be a mistake. So let's push the pawn. Let's create some lift. And I think he might bring in the knight. And if he does, then I don't know. I might take on. Should I take on c7 or h6 there? Well, here we want to take this way for sure. So we might as well take, and let's push this pawn and not panic. Like he resigns. Okay, I deserve that win though, because, well, I had to have been completely winning, and I sacked stuff. I just got a little bit unlucky with that mate in one threat he had, because there's no way he planned for that. It just fell into his lap. Overall, I like how I played, because I think I spotted some good attacking moves, starting with bishop g5, and that's not my style, so it feels good to find the moves. So yeah, this is like the modern variation of the Scandi, which I don't like playing against. I don't know about this g6 though. This seems wrong. And I think c5 is what the computer usually recommends here. Normally, this would be like overextending, but I think it tends to work here for some reason. Like, I don't know why, because it's kind of like an Alekhine now. Yeah, so I castled kingside, and I didn't really know what to do here. This was a weird position, but I like this bishop g5 move because it ties him down. H6 is weakening for him. Like, there's no way that is a beneficial move. Like, we've provoked this weakness, and f6 is illegal, and this drops a queen, and so it just kind of ties him up. If he ignores it, excuse me, with something like, I don't know, b6, then I don't know, like queen d2, like, yeah, so it really ties black up. I really like bishop g5. And yeah, I couldn't decide which way to go, but here, since he can't push the f-pawn, and I had other reasons as well, I really like this pin. I decided to stay on h4. And here I'm just threatening the very simple tactic of taking on g6. Now, I'm not sure about bishop e7. I thought he should just take on c5. That's what I thought. And so I traded that off, brought in my knight, took with the rook, brought in the other rook. And yeah, then took here, because if he recaptures, I didn't even calculate it at all, but I just have too many pieces here. I took purely on the, predicated by the fact that he has a rook on a8, a knight on a5, so I can afford to give away a piece to expose his king. I have two rooks ready to go and a battery, so I don't need this. At least I felt I didn't, and I was going to like check king f8. I didn't have really. I guess maybe bishop h7. I guess he could escape there. He actually might be very safe there. So maybe I wouldn't quite do that. Let me just. I'd probably take with the rook though. So after king f8. Yeah, he might actually be able to escape there. Because after bishop h7, he has e6. Yeah, so maybe this wasn't winning. It might just not have been quite enough. That'll be interesting what the computer says about it. But yeah, he played f6. I had this. I was kind of lucky to have this intermezzo. And then, but yeah, then I just missed. I missed bishop d5. But I guess I had to have played this anyways, because otherwise I'm just losing a piece. So maybe this was, I guess, a lot more dangerous than I had thought. Yeah. Yeah, but this was a mistake. So he might have had to have gone king h8. So king h8, rook g3. He moves somewhere. Probably to h5. Otherwise, I've got queen g6. I might have had a perpet there, though. Rook h3. Queen f7. Yeah. I think he might have been okay there. So this was a mistake. He lets me get in. And then this simple tactic. Yeah, and I didn't bother with the a2 pawn because this was the little tactic I was setting up. Okay, let's look at that with the engine. Crap. No, I did that right. Yeah, okay. Okay, I wanted to look this up. Okay, so we have this. Oh, g6 is the main line. Oh, so it's not c5. Oh, but c5 is okay. I actually have knight c3. I mean, c5 is totally okay. I'm actually going to run this with a more up-to-date version of Stockfish because I'm curious how it will compare. Yeah, c5 is fine, but not actually optimal. Okay. Oh, did you guys not see any of that? I'm not sure what's going on here. How come you can't see my screen? Oh, I know why. I think, okay, there we go. Sorry. Technical difficulties. So, yeah, so I thought c5 was a top move. It's playable. It's not bad, but I thought it was the best move here. And then, so this was all good and dandy. So I did play this fine, except here, instead of c takes, it's saying knight e5. Oh, yeah, that makes sense. We can't take on f3. Yeah, I should have played knight e5 for sure. Missed that. And Yeah, so this was actually a blunder, hey? Yeah, I thought I would have enough to attack here, but after king f8, we only have a tiny advantage. Jeez. The one time, eh? The problem is we don't have any dark square control. He always has e6, and he can escape through here. Yeah. So any other move, well, maybe not any other move, but just bishop g3 was simplest. He already created weaknesses here. I can always attack it with like h4 and stuff. So I was a little overly aggressive there. And then I missed a mate in 7. So the f4, I saw f4, but then after he takes my bishop, I thought, what are we doing here? Oh, our queen gets in. And apparently this is enough now. Can we even do a rook lift? Yeah. Okay, that's the idea I missed. Yeah, I missed the idea that we just trade off the bishop and the queen comes in. Not super easy to see here. But there was a mate in 7. There was bishop at h7, king h8. Oh, man. I missed that. And if king f7, well, the queen comes in. Ah, I missed that, eh? I should have looked at the forcing. What about king f8? Then we take on h6. Geez, you know what? There's no excuse here because this is a forcing move. Obviously, I saw bishop h7, but I didn't take it. I didn't look at it seriously enough. That being said, what was the solution here again? Oh, because it's a check. Oh man, yeah, I totally missed bishop h7. Again, I saw bishop h7, but again, I didn't take it seriously enough because I was so scared of this mate. Obviously, I just kept looking at this, trying to deal with those, but. This would have just been a complete knockout. The f4 move is not as simple to see. That's a lot trickier. But no excuse not to see bishop h7. And this is equal because we do have some attacking potential. It wants to go with the other rook. Yeah, I considered it, but I liked keeping his e-pawn down. I'm not sure why. Oh, it doesn't like this as much because there's knight f. There's no? There's some difference. I'm too lazy to look at it fully here. And yeah, this was just his blunder. He needed to play king h8 or king f8. This lets my queen come in. Okay, guys, I'm going to end it there because there's nobody in the chat, so it feels kind of weird just talking to myself. And because it's nice to end on a win. So overall, it was a bad stream. The puzzle streak went well. Got it on the first try. Did it, I think, what, 33 minutes or something. But then my first 2 or 3 games were terrible because I was just completely winning in my games, but ran out of time, as is usual for me. Anyways, that's it for me today. Thanks for watching. Thanks for stopping by. Hopefully you enjoyed it. See you next time. I'll be back tomorrow.